Okay.
Right, it's
Monday.
Monday, July the 7th, 2025. It's Ringo Starr's birthday.
No way.
It bears no relation to this video whatsoever.
No, it's just we use loads of useless information, but we like sharing it, you know that.
We're off to explore some more churches.
Oh yeah, and you're coming with us.
We are in, now most places you think Wickhampton sounds a huge place, doesn't it?
That's like Wolverhampton.
Like Wolverhampton.
But it's nothing like Wolverhampton.
No, because there really is nothing here in Wickhampton in Norfolk.
But a beautiful church.
Beautiful church, which is right behind us.
Beautiful thatched houses.
Yeah.
And a lovely church warden.
Yeah, and it's nothing like Wolverhampton, nothing like Littlehampton or any of the other Hamptons.
No. Hampton.
It's kind of, it's really small. There's nothing other than, there is a telephone box, but it's redundant. They used to use it as a
library, don't
library, yeah.
Community library.
Which is really nice.
Great use of phone boxes.
Yeah. But other than that, there's probably about half a dozen houses.
Yeah.
But it's got a beautiful church, and we're going to look at it.
We are. And you're going to come with us.
Yeah, you can come with us.
And if we're really lucky, we might meet people in there.
I think we will, actually.
St Andrew's Church lies within the Norfolk Broads National Park between the tiny village of Wickhampton and the Wickhampton Marshes, which is 8 miles west of Great Yarmouth. As late as 1000 AD, the marshes and the village of Wickhampton did not exist, as the sea covered the area as far as Helvergate to the north and Reedham to the south. The chancel was built in the 12th century, the nave sometime in the 13th century, and the tower in the 14th century. Finally, the porch was added around 1450. Although not very different from many other village churches in East Anglia, it holds treasures of medieval art, the large wall paintings, which were rediscovered in the mid-19th century. It has been suggested by art historians that the murals, their quality and themes, place these as one of the best surviving examples of 14th century wall paintings in England. Among the scenes are 8 panels depicting the 7 acts of mercy. Detailed notes on the murals written by Elizabeth Cosmian can be found in the church. We will take a close look at these later. We were very lucky during the making of the video, when our visit coincided with a visit from one of the church wardens, Sarah. We really wish to thank Sarah for making us feel so welcome.
Right, this is all over them on the side of the marshes here. There's a road down here where you can go to Burnley Arms, which is one of the least used stations, railway stations in Norfolk.
Wow.
And it's so remote, it hasn't got any road access.
No.
We'll have to take a visit there. I've actually found I cycled there, but I've actually found that road does take you down there. But they don't advertise it. I'm not sure you're meant to go down there.
The miles. We're going in. Well, I hope so. Are you ready?
Hey.
Adjust your eyes. There we go.
We have left off. It's,
judging by the look of that mighty beast, I believe we won't be getting in.
Thankfully, a quick call to the We Want to Get Into This Church to Explore It helpline meant a very short wait for the lovely church warden Sarah to come and unlock it for us. She was due to come to the church today anyway for reasons that would shortly become apparent. Whilst we waited, we took a look around the outside of the church.
yeah. This is your moment of stardom.
Welcome to St Andrew's Church, Wickhampton in Norfolk. The original church is what we now use as the chancel. the bottom there, which is about 1200. That was built in 1200. This middle aisle is about 1300s, and the tower is 1400s. So originally that would have been thatched, as with this. Victorians have come in sort of 1840s, and done the roof, and that's when they uncovered the wall paintings, 1841-ish, which had been luckily only painted over in the Reformation, not plastered, we think. So they are remarkably well preserved.
How have they got them clear? They got the paint on.
I don't know how they did it.
It's amazing, isn't it?
They didn't really leave any record of it. But, they left some watercolours, contemporaneous watercolours, which are quite interesting, which give you a bit more idea of what they saw when they uncovered them. They've obviously deteriorated somewhat. They were stabilised in the 60s, but we don't touch them.
No.
We just leave them alone because the paint will just... So when this was painted, you have to imagine that the sea came up to the walls of the church almost outside. So there was no Yarmouth.
No.
So that's all reclaimed marshland, which was reclaimed in the 1800s.
Yeah.
So if you look at his feet, he's got some really amazing fish.
Oh, yes.
Sort of place here. There's a little crab here with his pinchers. And there's something here, we're not sure what that one is. And there's another one there. So there's lots of fish there, which could denote that it was a fishing village.
Yeah.
Also agriculture, because it's all arable land around it. So, and he is depicted always as a giant, although he was probably only a few inches taller than the norm of the time. But he would probably be the first. Well, the first thing would have been probably the consecration cross there.
Yeah.
So there would have been 12 of those around the church. We don't know quite where the others are, but they're probably one either side of the altar. On the wall up there we have this legend of the 3 living and the 3 dead. And you tend to see more macabre paintings after the Black Death.
Yeah.
So the Black Death came to Norfolk in 1349. So this is not before 1349, but not probably too far after it, I wouldn't think. And you see the 3 lords in all their fancy clothes.
Yeah.
With his bird of prey on his gauntlet.
Fashionable shoes.
The very fashionable shoes, which could be rolled up and tied behind the calf. And the very short tunics to accentuate a man's leg and calves. So they're quite short and fashionable. We don't know if they're normally depicted as kings, but we can't really see if they are kings, although the middle one's got some form of headgear. We're not sure what. So they're out hunting in the woods and they meet the 3 cadavers who berate them for wasting their time dressing up in fancy clothes and pursuing leisure time activities.
Yeah.
Because your raison d'etre as a medieval person was to get to heaven, but to spend as little time as possible in purgatory. So you had to do what the good book tells you to do. So they're telling them off because they're saying, as you are now, so once were we, as we are now, so shall you be.
Oh, yes.
And death was even more expected after the Black Death. I mean, your expectancy then was probably 30-ish.
Yeah, so if you were lucky.
If you were lucky without anything. But these are some of the best preserved. So that's that wall. And moving along here, we've got 6 acts of mercy from St. Matthew's Gospel. So you've got welcoming the stranger, giving drink to the thirsty, clothing the naked. This one should be feeding the hungry, but he seems to be on crutches. So they're not sure whether that is feeding the hungry or not sure. Because then we've got visiting the prisoner. Then you've got visiting the sick in that one. So we're not quite sure. So those are the 6 acts mentioned in St. Matthew's Gospel. And then you've got burying the dead, which obviously was on everybody's minds at that time. There's some amazing detail on the face of the priest. And, I think it's a woman holding the Bible. He's got his spade. He's got his spade digging. He's got the asperge or something with the holy water. Reading from the Bible. And then to make up the 8, you've got Christ resurrected blessing. We tend to be, the rural churches tended to be the more earthy colours, which were cheaper because they could grind down a stone and make the colour. So if you went to Norwich Cathedral, you'll see blue, which was from lapis lazuli from Italy, and yellows. But we tend to be the sort of oxides and things like that. Some of the black is just from where the paint is oxidised. Say what they're doing. And it's a nice bit of social history because if you look at it's ladies doing all the good deeds.
Yeah.
In the second one where she's giving him a drink, you think that chalice is out of scale.
Yeah.
Because it's very big, but etiquette for dining was very particular. When we think of medieval times as, bad table manners, but it was all very particular. And when you dined, you would share a chalice between 4. So therefore
they were quite large.
You have a bigger chalice. But then if your job then is to keep it clean for the next person, so you wipe, like we do at communion, you wipe. So it was all very particular and well mannered.
Yeah.
Okay. So the pulpit is Jacobean. Don't know where it came from. Strangely, we stepped down.
Yeah.
So we think that the Victorians may have brought that floor up because
It is quite a drop, isn't it?
it's quite a drop. So you have to be very careful. So this is all Victorian flooring.
Yeah.
And the reproduction pews. So we think they brought it up. So this original church would have ended here.
Yeah.
Then when they added this piece on, we would have had a roof screen across here, which is, they would work with the trellis and everything. And there would have been a tree trunk fashioned into a beam across there. You'd have probably had above that the figures of Christ on the cross with his mother one side and St. Matthew the other side. Might be wrong. So that would have kept the riffraff away from the clergy who were at this end.
Yeah.
So these canopies are in keeping with this piece of the church. So these were built 1200-ish. We don't know what they were built for. They weren't built for these effigies because these have been slid in afterwards because this is Lord and Lady Gerbrig.
Right.
And Lord Gerbrig was the High Sheriff of Great Yarmouth in 1271. So this was 1200, so he's 71, 80 years after that. And at that time, 1200, you had to be either royalty or clergy to be. We don't know if their bodies, we don't think their bodies are there.
No,
We think
it's
just
just
with their various coats of arms.
So you don't even know if their remains are actually in the grounds, do you?
We don't know where. There's no record of them being here. But he was a great benefactor to the church.
Maybe that's why then.
Sorry?
Maybe that's
Yes,
why
I think
then.
he was a bit of a celeb, I think. And a dragon just seeing that.
Oh, do you know, I didn't even notice that last time we came.
Just having a quick tour.
Yes.
Sort of not a quick tour, you stay as long as you want. They obviously like to show off that they've got all these coats of arms and everything, so they were obviously a couple of VIPs at the time. You've got the flames going up to heaven.
Yeah.
Various things. So that's it on the Protestant history.
That's fine.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, right.
So we've turned up St Andrew's in Wickhampton, and they've got a wedding rehearsal.
So, yeah, we've got to stay a little bit quiet.
Sarah,
Thank you so much. See you next year. We'll probably be later on this year, actually.
lovely lady Sarah, we won't say her full name,
No,
but she is a wonderful church warden.
church warden, beautiful person. And,
Came at the drop of a hat to let us in and see this church.
absolutely.
And I'm so grateful. Merchants.
Well, look,
And yes, this church has public toilets for use.
it has.
Fantastic. Disabled
And
as
accessible
well.
as well.
Yes.
And that was St Andrew's, Wickhampton.
Thanks for watching. Do join us again next time as we do some more exploring.